Well, hey, y'all, and welcome back to Janet being Janet. Guess what? Guess what? Miss Kitey is going to fight this lawsuit to the very end, and she is stating that she is not going to be silenced. So, dadgummit, y'all are not going to shut her mouth, okay? We're just going to go ahead and let it run all day. That's what she does best. So, I am going to go ahead and go through some Insta posts with you, and we're going to just talk about this for a moment because y'all know that I talk a lot, and we're just going to leave that one alone, okay? That's what we're going to do. But, anyways, let's go. I am fighting this lawsuit to the end. I will not settle. Well, Miss Kitey, let me just tell you something, okay? You settled with Tati Westbrook, and you'd like to say that you did not lose. I am so sorry, lady. No, actually, I'm not sorry. I'm just gonna state that a settlement is not winning. No matter where you're at, a settlement is not winning. Okay, she will not be silenced. We all know this. No matter what platform you're on, you're gonna be talking about something. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. You're a reporter after all, now aren't you? Every settlement I've ever been pushed into came with one condition: my silence, and I regret every single time I agreed to stay quiet. Never again. Oh, so are we talking about Tati Westbrook? Are we talking about Todd? Who exactly are we talking about? Hmm? Who have you been silenced on? Because I know Tati pretty much told you shut your mouth several times, and you wouldn't shut your mouth until she finally put you in a lawsuit. And you're in a lawsuit about Robert, and you still aren't shutting your mouth. So I don't know what to tell you to do at this point. This fight is not just about me. Then who is it about? Who is this lawsuit about? I thought it was you, your mouth, your words, your actions. That's what I thought it was about. And I do believe everything in here is my opinion, and only my opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes and only entertainment purposes. And you know what? If I fail to entertain you, I do apologize. I'm just having a little bit of fun on YouTube talking about Miss Katie. But, yeah, it's not about the victims who have been harmed by Robert. Then who's it about? You. You. And only you. It's about the people who lost their voices. How about how many people you have silenced, Miss Katie? Can we even discuss that anymore? Can we even talk about how many people you have off of the internet? How many people no longer cover you because of them being afraid of you? Can we talk about that? No, because Miss Katie doesn't want that out there. She doesn't want other creators to know that she bullies smaller creators, and that's my opinion. Because, like I said, once you strike me, I got a lot more opinions on the way. Okay, it's about the people who lost their voices, their safety. Ain't nobody safe from you, and their chance at justice. What justice do you have to bring for them? Excuse me, who are you even talking about anymore? You try to talk about the Wilkins family, and they do not even acknowledge you anymore because they understand that it's pointless to try to do anything side by side with Miss Katie Joy. I refuse to abandon them or let their stories be buried. No, you absolutely, you cannot accept defeat whenever it comes to Robert. You have it in your head right now, so high and mighty, that there is no way you can lose this. Absolutely no way. James, Miranda, they can go against you. Oh, it doesn't matter. You're not silencing them, though, are you? No, no, they don't count in this. The only people that count in this is Robert. Robert is the one coming after you. Robert is doing everything. It's Robert's fault. Miss Katie did nothing wrong. So y'all get off of Miss Katie's back now, will you? Goodness gracious. So that's all she wants. This fight is about standing up for free speech. Who has free speech? Everybody. It's just what you do with the free speech. I can't even speak. It's what you do with the free speech that matters, and it's what you say and what you do, Katie. It's about showing every reporter. Who's a reporter? Who's a reporter? How many times I gotta tell you, You are a YouTube creator. You are a YouTube commentary channel. You are just a YouTuber that happens to post on Insta and occasionally TikTok whenever she's bored. Okay? And she wants to say something about Gypsy Rose because, she won't bring that over here to YouTube. She won't bring any of this over here to YouTube. I've told her several times to do it, but she won't because every time she does, she gets no interaction. And that just chaps her backside. It's about showing every reporter, every whistleblower, every survivor. Survivor of what? You? There's not many. That no matter how much money or power someone has, and we all know you got money. You already bragged about how much money you get. Plus, every chance you get to bring up the whole Blake situation, people offer you money. I seen that. Oh, there goes my nose ring. It always goes. Let's just take it out. I've seen them. I've seen them offer you money and ask you about a GoFundMe. And there's certain times that you're not allowed to do things, especially when you cause it to yourself. They do not get to bully or intimidate us into silence. Us. Who's us? You and that mouse in your back pocket, that's who, because ain't nobody, like I said, on your side. Nobody wants to stand side by side with you, and there's a reason why. You ever look in the mirror and wonder, how come I ain't got no friends? How come nobody trusts me? How come nobody wants anything to do with me? Hey, newsflash, lady, it's you. I'm fighting because the truth matters. Yeah, you don't want the truth out there, because every time somebody says the truth about you, you say that we're on Robert Shinn's side. We are Robert Shinn followers. We are the ones that, Robert has in his wallet. No. I'm poor and I know it and I'm proud of it, okay? Because I work really hard for what I get. I don't, no. I'm fighting because the victims matter. Your victims don't matter, do they? Nope. As long as you can run the narrative, that's what you care about. And that's the only thing you care about. I think I'm speaking too fast, but I got a lot to say. So y'all just slow me down. I'm fighting so no one else has to feel like silence is their only option. When has silence ever been your option? When have you observed the option of silence? When have you shut your mouth long enough and quit tapping away long enough to see that other people matter too besides just you? I know you want to try to loop this all together, but it's not working. Goodness. All right, here's our caption. And like I didn't already say enough, I got more to say. Robert Shinn and his associates will not win. How do you know that? Can you guarantee me that? Can you absolutely 100% guarantee me that there is no way Robert will win? If you can tell me how and why Robert will never win anything that he has against you, I would be interested. I will not be intimidated, silenced, or painted as the villain. Nope, because you're always the victim. You can't be the villain and the villain and the victim at the same time, can you, Miss Katie? I'm just asking for only personal reasons because you know what? The way I look at it is you've got a lot of victims, and one of them victims is not yourself because you put yourself up on a pedestal. I'm sick to passing of seeing his minions churn out video after video smearing me as a danger. You calling me a minion? Are you calling me a minion? I hate to tell you, but I stand on my own 2 feet. My husband can't even tell me what to do. My kids, they push me a lot, but you know what? They don't tell me what to do neither. So there ain't no way a complete stranger's going to tell me what to do. You know the videos. You know the creators. No, I don't. No, I don't. Who's the creators? I need a list. Tell me an entire list of who I need to watch out for. Because everybody that I see talking about you, if they say something, then there's always a bigger creator right behind them going, yep. So exactly, am I supposed to be afraid of everybody on the internet? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Or every creator on the internet? Because they come out of the woodworks at times to talk about you. So is that a thing? Do I need to be worried about that? Yeah, no, I don't believe you. They think they're fighting a righteous fight for Robert Shinn. I don't give 2 craps. I don't. Nope. I don't pay attention to your lawsuit. I pay no attention to nothing because I don't really care. I care about the words you say and the actions you take. That's what I pay attention to. They actually believe Miranda Derrick is spending her career with a 68-year-old man for fun. Hey, I do this for fun. I don't know. I think people listen to me for fun. I don't know. I don't know why people listen to me. Y'all get down there in that comment section below and tell me why you listen to me, because I seriously don't know. All I do is jabble on. I hope every single creator who helped him spread these lies is held accountable. What creator? What creators? That's what I want to know. Who are you accusing? Put them accusations out there with names, Miss Katie. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're not doing that for a reason now, aren't you? Because you don't want to slander people, do you? Do you? Do you want to lie on people? You say that you're lied on. Would you want other people to say that they're lied on by you? Mistreated by you? If those creators, if you start naming those creators, and that, because I've told you from day one, lickety split, that it ain't me. If you want to go after those creators, you're going to have to put some proof out there, and I don't think you have any, and that is just my opinion. I hope every single, I already said that, I will not be silenced. We all know you won't be silenced, especially if you have a, yeah, it don't. The victims in this case matter more than any amount of money in my bank account. Because if you didn't have no money, the victims wouldn't matter. Trust me. I'm telling you, my horses empty my bank account. I ain't going to lie to you, okay? I have no reason to lie to you. My hope is that my example inspires others not to bend to bullies. You're right. You're right, Miss Katie. Let me tell you how you're right. You have convinced me, and you have showed me not to bow down to you. You have showed me not to back off. You have showed me that I am allowed to speak what I want to speak, as long as it's my opinion, and I don't say anything in fact purpose. That's what you've inspired me to do. So I guess I need to say thank you, Miss Katie. Thank you very, very much. Because of you, I have a more open mindset to what I can say about you. I can talk more about you. I can give my opinions more about you. All because you say, as a reporter, because I report on you, I have freedom of speech. So, yeah, thank you, Miss Katie. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that one turned around a bitch, didn't it? To fight for what matters and refuse to cave to YouTube politics or dogpiling. Hey, you keep your politics over on Insta, because we're enjoying seeing that. You want to know why we're enjoying seeing that? Because your numbers are going down, 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 down. And it's actually pretty daggum funny. I'm laughing. My hope, I can't keep up. Y'all keep up. I can't keep up. That's why it's on your screen. I have the right to report. So do I. I have the right to speak my truth. So do I, and so do other creators that you want to silence. You want to silence. We're not talking about Robert. We're talking about you. Robert says, I can't call myself a victim. No, you can call yourself a victim. Doesn't mean it's true. The words can come out of your mouth. It doesn't mean it's true. It just means you're flapping your jaws again. Why not? I am. Says who? Who calls you a victim? Who does that? The 14 comments that are below this post? I think that's how many there were, because you deleted all the ones saying you weren't the victim and you did this to yourself. He says it's defamatory to say I've spent $200,000 fighting this lawsuit, but I have. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care how much money you have. I really don't. I don't care how many Sister Wives videos you post and how many Blake videos you post, because the Blake content's going to run out. The Sister Wives content's going to run out. Then what are you going to do? You're going to have to find something else to hold on to. And don't worry, there'll be a bunch of us right there beside you going, Missy, ma'am, no, thank you. We don't do that, because we have to call you out on things you're not supposed to do all the dag-blame time. Woo-de-doo-doo-de-doo-doo. He says it's defamatory to say he's under federal investigation, but he is. I don't know. I don't care. There's your honesty for you. I don't care. I won't be bullied or abused anymore. Who does that? I sound like a daggum like owl right now. Who? I don't know who does that. People speak their truth about you, their truth, their opinions, what they think. Because a mind is a dangerous thing. I will keep speaking up and standing for truth. My question is still there. In the past 3 years, I've watched followers leave because I refuse to pander to rage bait YouTubers who push conspiracies and fear-mongering. No, you have watched 3,000 people over on Insta unfollow you, and you want to say it's all Candace Owens bots. That's what you want to say. But you know what? just theory and what I've heard and what I've read in my comments is not to really worry because you'll buy them back. It's okay. They fall off after so long. I will not promote misinformation. If you're trying to imply that I have anything to do with Robert Shinn or your lawsuit or talking about your lawsuit, all I'm doing is giving my opinion on what you post on your public platforms. Therefore, they're allowed to be scrutinized. Okay, you understanding this, Miss Kite? You understanding? I've slowed down a lot, and I need to slow down more. I get it. I'm sorry, guys, but you ain't speaking your truth if you're trying to say me, myself, have anything to do with this, because I don't. I keep my distance for a reason. It shocks me that people trust my reporting on Robert Shinn and other malignant personalities, but then believe I'm somehow lying about the fearmonger and conspiracy theories tearing our society apart. Are you talking about Candace Owens again? Are you talking about... who are you talking about? Charlie Kirk? Who are you talking about? Because those are the ones, and your Catholic rage over there on Insta is what made all your followers go, bye-bye. It wasn't Robert. It's not Robert. And that's my opinion. And I'm going to stick to that opinion because you know what? I think you're a little bitty small fry whenever it comes to his lawsuits, especially since there's that one out in California who likes to keep pointing out. I think that you don't matter. That's what I think. I think that to him, you were just some little pesky fly that just won't quit buzzing around his dad. Actually, a mosquito that won't quit buzzing around him, and occasionally you want to land and you want to try to suck from him, but you know what? He don't let you. That's just how I see it. Consuming content that rots your brain and convinces you a president's wife is a man. What in... No words. When verifiable proof is right in front of you is dangerous. You are dangerous, especially when it comes to the internet. The same people platform and defend men who traffic and abuse. I will never align with them, and I will never align with you, Miss Katie. If you could be an honest person, if you could come to reality, if you could go out and smell the roses, like you like to say that you get outside ever since the assassination happened, you say that you get outside and you do things. I don't believe that. But a question for you is, why does something so horrible have to happen in order for you to leave your house? Question that. And yes, I did a little video where you could and stop any little screenshot that you want, and then in that, nobody liked it, and I understand that, and I'm sorry, guys, but I had way too many screenshots to read each and every single one about Candace Owens. Okay, let's get back on topic. I have dedicated 5 years to reporting on trafficking and exploitation with polygamous cults. This is my work. This ain't my work. You want to know something? My work don't like your voice. My work don't want nothing to do with you. My work wants me to stay away every time I turn you on. And I know there are a lot of animals that feel the same daggum way. I have dedicated my work to victims of abuse and exploitation. If you think I would be, quote unquote, cool with women who defend abusers, then you don't know me. I know you pretty daggum well, Katie. I have watched you. And the reason why I started watching you was through the Amber Portwood tapes. And then I realized some things with you just didn't add up. And I'm telling you, they didn't add up. And then somebody told you something that was a lie, and you reported on it without doing your fact checking. That's my remembrance of it. Just saying. Andrew Tate. Let's just throw them names out there. Harry Weinstein. These men should never be defended. If you are a reporter, let me tell you something, okay? And I told y'all we're going to have a conversation today. If you are a reporter, you have to understand that everybody is allowed to their defense. That's why you have defense attorneys. Is that a newsflash for you? If it is, I'm sorry that I had to educate you. I would rather stand up for truth than get rich promoting the lies. Oh, Miss Lady, Miss Thing. I don't know what all you've gotten rich off of, but you got your hand in your pocket yourself. Imagine this. You are a reporter being sued by a man under federal investigation. One, you're not a reporter. I will continue to say that because if you're a reporter, I'm a reporter, and then you can't say anything. So maybe I just need to say, you know what, reporter, and I am reporting because I'm going to use Miss Katie's words. There is no dispute. There is a criminal proceeding actively occurring against Robert Shinn and his associates. Then his attorney has the audacity to file a 20-page motion accusing me of harming his reputation by speaking, quote-unquote, false and defamatory statements that he is under federal investigation for trafficking. You also said that he was under arrest, right? Or he was detained, right? You said a lot of things because you read somebody else's article. You didn't fact check anything. You just were reading, just like I'm reading your post. You're welcome, Miss Thing. That is exactly who Amber Stavig, I don't know. I told you I'm not following this case really, really closely because I follow Miss Katie. And the kind of unethical lawyering, gotta stop, pronounce it out. I'm not even doing my face. Listen to me. She does. I can't imagine helping a client inflict harm on reporters and file false documents willingly in court. How many attorneys do you have now? Asking for a reason. How many attorneys do you have now? Because I don't even know. I don't even know if your attorneys believe you. I don't know if your attorneys are just trying to get a paycheck because I think, my opinion, and only my opinion, I think you're trying to get a paycheck every time we turn around. You will post on whatever is, big in the headlines, and then you want everybody to praise you because you will get yourself over there on Pacer and spend umpteen $1 million on getting the information that other people don't want to pay for. Yep, okay. These are my opinions, same as these. I'm sure Amber will seek sanctions against me for daring to stand up to her. We are not going to talk about what you do and what you have other people do, allegedly, to other people who talk about you. Amber, I think it's Stavig, I'm not for sure, y'all. Pop me in the comments, has enabled Robert Shinn by refusing to withdraw his lawsuit against me. He can withdraw his own lawsuit if that's what he so shall chooses to do. He's not withdrawing his lawsuit, neither are you. So I don't think that you have any right to say that, you're going to fight it to the end and act like he's not going to fight it to the end. Because it seems to me like he's fighting, and it seems to me like he's making you shell out that money, and eventually you're going to get unhappy about it. And I think depending on how long it goes on, if you run out of money, you won't be able to go against him. Now, will you? Yeah, just me. She has helped him repeatedly retaliate. Dude, I'm telling you, it is early, and y'all know this. Y'all know what time y'all get me. Ain't even going to do it. Against me. And my opinion. The way Amber treated me during my deposition was horrific. Oh my goodness, she questioned you. Also, Amber delayed our case by years because her health issues, which have nothing to do with me. Your husband's health issues have nothing to do with you. But you post them all over freaking social media. One moment you're saying, oh, I'm not going to be able to post because my husband has the C word. And you know what, Todd? I am so glad you're over it. I've spoken to you. You know how I feel. But anyways, you post all that stuff out there about your son, about your husband, about everything else so that you can get attention, and people donated money to you. And then you didn't even leave the internet like you said you were going to for an extended amount of time. No, not days, not weeks, not to take care of them. No, absolutely not. He had to get on here and say that, oh, Katie will be back before she thinks she will be. And guess what? He was right. And you got all that ching off of that video. We ain't even going to... I was going to do that video. I got my devil horns. Oh, I was going to do that video, and then I felt too bad about doing it because of what the subject was, and I decided not to. And I do that a lot. I really do. And in my opinion, the way Amber okay, I've already read that one. Also, Amber delayed our case by years because of her health issues, which have nothing to do with me or the justice I'm deserved in this case. If you are sick, you give the case to another attorney. You don't drag the opposing counsel and client through delay after delay. Then tell and then tell at us that, okay, yeah, I read it. Then tell at us last week for daring to bring up that it was her refusal to recuse herself that has delayed this case for 3.5 years. Thought you said it was 3 years. Now we're at 3.5 years. But there's always a reason and an excuse. Always a reason and excuse when it comes to Miss Katie. That's my opinion, and I have a right to share my truth. Truth and opinion are two separate words. They mean two different things. Thoughts and opinions. Thoughts. They're your thoughts, Miss Katie. That's all they are. I'm done being intimidated by Robert and his attorney. I thought it was all of his minions, too. Did you leave all of his minions out? How dare you? How dare you? One moment you're blaming his minions, and now his minions don't exist. Do you see what my problem is with you, Miss Katie? Do you see why I have such an issue? Just talking about you is so much fun. Okay, let me tell you, talking about you is so much fun because you backtrack yourself, you overtalk yourself, you put out points that don't make no matter whatsoever at all. But in your mind, there are great big huge issues that you need to discuss. You get over there on your Insta and you discuss it, and there's so many people that don't agree with you, kind of just like on YouTube. But we're gonna leave that alone. I'm done being intimidated. Y'all remember that. Miss Katie, you have given me the strength to talk about you so much more, and I appreciate that so greatly. Yeah, He is under investigation. There is no dispute, and I'm not the bad one here. Neither am I, and if you know me as a person, or just watching me, you understand. I'm not the bad one here. I talk about the bad one. During my deposition, Amber's line of questioning strayed far beyond the claims in this case. She suggested I was an alcoholic. I should have played my intro. Dadgummit. Challenged my fitness as a mother. Not saying a word. And even implied a child abuse. Nope, not saying a word. None of this had any relevance to the meritless claims against me. It wasn't about facts or evidence. It was about character assassination. Miss Katie, your character was assassinated a long, long time ago, way before Robert Shinn, way before any attorneys come around. Remember when you called Todd Chrisley a certain thing? You remember when you were talking about Todd Chrisley like crazy and he made you shut your mouth? You remember that? Everybody thought Todd was going to rescue us from you, but you know what? It didn't happen, and we're still waiting for that day. Robert sat through it all, seamlessly encouraging her tactics. How did it feel sitting across from Robert? If in fact you had to sit across from him, how did it feel? The person that you've been talking about this entire time, saying all these things about, how did it feel to sit across from him and look at him and him be able to stare you down? That isn't effective advocacy. And who are you to speak on that? This is an abuse of the process, used solely to humiliate a defendant for Robert's personal vendetta. She humiliates. I can't say it. She does that word to herself all the time, and she doesn't even realize it. She doesn't recognize it, and other people try to point it out, and she's like, I'm the victim here. She needs to carry around a sign 24/7, or just tattoo that on her forehead. She would get a lot further. Robert, yeah. After 3.5 years, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not done. I'm still talking. We are seeking sanctions for the repeated abuse of the court, and I'm done with their intimidation. You are not intimidated. You are not silenced. You are not any of these daggum things that you want to claim, because if you were, you wouldn't be talking right now. I have rights under the law, just like Robert, and in this case, my rights matter more than his right to continue to harm me. How is he harming you? I think you're losing subscribers and followers and all that over your own actions, what you've done, but you Missy, ma'am, whenever I tell people to go find a mirror and smile in it, I just want you to go find a mirror and talk into it and realize every time you start posting something like this, you're talking about yourself. But you know what? You hold yourself in such high regards, much higher than we do, that you don't want to do that. Absolutely not. Miss Katie knows everything, and she will continue to always know everything. And there is nothing you can say to convince Miss Katie. An attorney can't even convince Miss Katie that she's wrong. Goodness gracious. I am fighting this lawsuit to the end. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read this. I don't know if, because she double posts. I will not settle. I will not be silenced. Every settlement I've ever pushed into came with one condition, my silence. And I regret every single time I agreed to stay quiet. Never again. Yes, I've already read this one, so I'm not going to continue any further. But yeah, she double posted it. She's like, I got to post it, and then I got to make sure I put it in my stories. And of course, I bring it to you, because that's what I do. Robert Shinn's attorneys claim there is a parallel criminal proceeding to a civil case in California. That's all she wants to talk about anymore is that case in California. That's all she cares about anymore is California this, California that. You can't come after me because of California. You know what? I don't know. I honestly don't even know why California is being brought into this, because of the simple fact of you don't have a case in California, okay? That case is none of your daggum business. You can compare it to what you have going on, but you know what? People, I don't know if it's just people or if it's just you. Like I said, the words I don't know just came out of my mouth. But contacting the FBI to try to get him in trouble, I don't know. That's not my words. That's not me saying that. But yeah, because I was gone. I was gone for a while. That's why I can't cover the case. That's why I can't give my opinion on a lot of things. Is because I left for a year and a half. And yeah, we not going to say nothing. I had something important come up in my life. He filed a motion against me on September 17th stating it was defamatory to report that he was under federal investigation. You're not a reporter. Not a reporter. And I'm going to end with this, okay? Can y'all believe how long I made this video? I can't believe how long I made this video. If you stayed with me this long, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate y'all, and y'all know how much I appreciate you without me continuing to repeat myself. But good old Reddit. Oh, I tell you something. There ain't nothing better than without a crystal ball Reddit. They are keeping track of all of her daggum losses that she's getting over there on Insta. I haven't looked at her YouTube here lately. I haven't done that. But I just know whenever she posts about this case, she gets no views, no interaction, no nothing on it. Because most people don't care. And what I've realized is by looking at these posts that she's made that I brought to you today, what I've realized is there's people in the comments that just don't care neither. They're tired of hearing about it. They're tired of the whining. They're tired of the moaning, the complaining. They're tired of it all. They just want it to all stop. But Miss Katie, all she cares about is a win. And guys, I don't know if she's going to win or lose. I don't know. That's what makes me different. I don't know. And my whole thing is I don't care, because all I do is talk about Miss Katie and the things that she does. And this is what she's doing. And anything that comes out in this whole entire case, she will post herself. She will put her spin on it, and then I will put my spin on that. Because, you know, that's just the way I do things over here. And y'all have watched me long enough to know that once I get to talking, I can't stop. And yeah, I suffer from that, okay? I do. But I want y'all to have a good, well, first, y'all take a picture, y'all take a glance at the numbers that she's lost. It's red. I don't like that color, but you know what? It's my favorite thing to see when I see video or pictures like this, screenshots like this, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm done talking. So I hope y'all have a good day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this. And remember to smile today or make somebody else smile, because it really can make a difference. Y'all want to know what my shirt says today, because I like wearing shirts like this? It says, some of y'all don't know what happened to Earl, and it shows. See? And it shows. Y'all know what happened to Earl. Y'all know what happened to Earl. I know y'all know what happened to Earl. Because anyone that's older like me, you know that song. You certainly do. All right, guys. Y'all make sure that y'all have a good one for me. Y'all go find that mirror. And Miss Katie, if it's you go find that mirror and talk to yourself for a few minutes and realize what you're doing. Just take a gander, and not everybody unsubbing from you or unfollowing you is a bot. It's not possible. it is not possible unless you bought your own daggum bots, which, like I said, some people say you do. I don't know, because I don't know even how you go about doing that. Mine are all organically, as you can tell. That's why you get slow growth, is because it takes people a while to find you. But anyways, now I'm done. All right, guys, y'all make sure you have a good one for me.